What is up, HVAN family? How you guys doing today? What's up? You guys doing good? That's good. It's actually like night over here, but I'm still recording this video. Anyway, let's see. So today I'm gonna be speaking to you guys. You already see the topic, you know what I'm gonna be talking about. But just before we get into that, I want you guys to I want you guys to know something. I have an email list. I have a newsletter now. I'm gonna be sending emails every week. So this link is gonna be down below. I want you to subscribe to my email list, subscribe to my newsletter, and if you want to check out my Rumble channel, I also post videos there also. The link is gonna be down below. So check out my Rumble channel, subscribe to my email list. You never know what might happen. I give a lot of value over there. The people that actually subscribe to my email list get the most of my content. So if you want to get the most of my content, subscribe to my email list. Is down below. It's free. I'm not asking for any money. Just subscribe. That's all. All right. So now let's get into the video. So how to be more aware. How to be more aware. So basically, first, let me tell you guys the reason why, or let me just tell you guys a little bit of a story, right? So this is a story of like when I was a child. This is a story time. So basically, but this is a story of when I was a child. So basically, I was a kid. This was back. If you don't know already, I'm from Nigeria. So I was born in Nigeria, raised in Nigeria. Everything happened. Most of my life happened in Nigeria as a child. So I was back in Nigeria. I was a kid. I was born into a beautiful family, loving parents, two annoying but nice siblings, and I also had extended family that were amazing too. So I have I have a decent family. I've not lacked in anything, and I thank God for that. I've not really lacked in anything. I basically had the things I wanted, the things I needed in my life: the love, the respect, the honor, the shelter, the protection. I always had it as a child. And my family were not broke. We had money, but we're also cautious of how we spent our money. We used our money wisely. And even though we had money, our parents let the three of us as children, me and my siblings, know that money is not an easy thing to come by. They let us know very early in our childhood that money is not an easy thing to come by. And you don't just climb up the trees and pluck money. You actually work for your money. So if you want money, if you want to get money, if you want to get rich, if you want to get things, you have to work for them. So you're not just gonna ask for things and we're just gonna give them to you. You have to do some kind of work. So basically, even though we're from a decent family, we weren't poor in any way. Our parents instilled all these lessons into us as kids, and I bless them for that. So now, as a child, I was very playful. I was very playful. I was calm, and then I became playful, but I was playful. Let's just say I was playful. I like to play a lot, and I like to play physically, like punch, kick, run, all of those. I did that a lot as a kid. So I was very playful, very hyperactive, very playful, a lot of energy. And I used to play with my siblings a lot. Those were the people I played with a lot. When I went to school, I had kids I also played with. I have friends there, but mostly I played with my siblings when we were home, and everything was fine. So basically, around this time of my life, I was just happy. I was playful. There was everybody to play with. I had loving parents, and everything was just fine. And then there came a time when eventually, when all of us were growing up, my siblings went they went to boarding school. So both of them left. They had to stay in school. If you don't know what boarding school is, you have to look that up because I'm not going to be explaining what boarding school is to you. But they went to boarding school, both of my siblings, my two other siblings, and I'm the youngest, by the way. So my two other siblings, they went to boarding school. They stayed there. And usually a normal day, around that time, a normal day in my life, whenever I came back from school, day school, would be that I would go to school, I'll come back, and I'll be alone in the house for the most part. Maybe sometimes my aunt will be around, but like for the most part, I'll be alone in the house. I'll be bored. There's just nothing for me to do basically. Maybe I'll watch TV sometimes. And at the time, I also didn't have like a phone or a laptop or whatever. So it was just boredom. And my parents were at work. So there was almost nothing to do. But like, I could watch TV sometimes, but TV gets boring. Sometimes TV gets boring. TV is fine, but like sometimes it gets boring and I just want to do something else. I was actually very, very like active as a kid because sometimes I was so active that I found TV and movies boring because I wanted to do something that was expending energy. That's how active I was. So basically, um, I was just genuinely bored. When I'm in the house alone, I'll just be there. I'll just be genuinely bored. So I'll watch TV till I'm tired. Turn up the TV, and then go draw something. This is when I started drawing a little bit. I don't know how to draw as well as I did before, but this was when I started drawing. I started learning how to draw. I would look at objects and just be drawing them, drawing them. I had so many drawings, and it was amazing to see that, like, I was a little guy and I was drawing, so I was drawing these nice pictures. And when I get bored of drawing, I'll just do something. I don't know, just go sit down. Basically, I'll just go sit down. There was nothing to do, so I'll just go sit down. I was not hungry, I was not tired, I was not nothing. I'll just go sit down. And when this thing became like when this started happening again and again and again, that I'll be left alone, there'll be nobody with me to play. I'll just be alone in the house. My parents will be at work. My siblings, my two other siblings will be at school. My aunt will be out somewhere. There'll be nobody to play with. I'll just be alone at home. I can't go out, you know. There was just nothing for me to do. And when this started becoming a habit, when it started occurring again and again, I always found myself doing the same cycle. I would watch TV, get out of TV, go draw something, get out of drawing, and then just go sit down. And then whenever I sit down, I got into the habit of thinking. This was probably when I developed my thinking, my brain to think. So I'll just be thinking of random things. I'll use my imagination to think of playful things. I'll just be playing myself in my mind. And basically, I'll think of something and I'll just laugh. Like, laugh out loud. That was how I was having my fun now. With my mind. I'll think of this, I'll think of that, I'll think of this. And then maybe I'll think of an imagination that's funny and then I'll just laugh. Or I'll think of something I've done in the past and think, I should have never done that. I should do something else next time that happens. Or I'll think of the future and I'll be like, I want to be great in the future. What can I do? Like, what can I do now? And I'll just think, I'll just think of so many things. And I'll be having fun with my mind, having fun with my thoughts. Alone in the house. Imagine if you came to the house alone and then you just hear someone upstairs laughing on their own. There's no laughing at anybody. They don't have any imaginary friends that they're talking to. They're just laughing, basically. That was how it was. And that was how I was having fun with myself. I was having fun thinking with my imagination. So it's amazing, right? Like, people don't do that. You're probably thinking, damn, this guy was genuinely lonely as a kid. This was only a bit of my childhood anyway, so calm down. I wasn't lonely. This was just a bit of my childhood. Later on, I did go to boarding school too, and I was always doing something with my life. But at my point in time, when I had so much time, and there was nobody to play with, nobody to do anything with, that's what I was doing. So I would just be thinking and just be having fun in my head, basically. It would be like a whole castle, a whole party in my own head. And as this started happening again and again, it started becoming a habit for me to just think. Now it became like muscle memory. Like, I'll be doing things. I'll be genuinely doing things, busy, maybe running, maybe doing something, drawing, whatever I'm doing. I'll just be actively busy with my body physically. But I'll still be thinking. And even up till now, it's still the same. Sometimes I might be doing something. I might be eating. I might be in the lounge. I might be just resting. I might be doing something. But you see me outside. You see me being actively busy. But in my head, I'm somewhere else because I'm thinking of something else. Probably the future, because nowadays I think of the future a lot. But I'm thinking of something else. Maybe what I'm gonna do after this, what I'm gonna do in the future, what I'm gonna do like 2 weeks later, or the schedule that I have, or the assignments that I'm thinking. I'm going through my day thinking, and you don't know what's going through my head. If you knew, you'd be like, damn, what is going through this guy's head doesn't correlate at all with what he's even doing right now. That's the guy. That's the guy I am. So I'm always thinking, and this is where like I developed that habit. So this was a little bit of what my childhood was like. My childhood was this was like a little bit of a little phase of my childhood, basically, little phase of my childhood, and you know what? This is actually a long ass video. I might as well just name this video how I became aware, because I know not everybody is gonna listen, and actually I know when everybody's gonna watch through and actually listen to my story or my childhood story, because nobody cares. But I'm hoping you guys will care, and that's why I'm putting out this video. And I'm actually also putting out this video because there's an important lesson in this video that I want you to know, so that you can become more aware. The next video I'm going to put out is how to become more aware for you. But this video is going to be about how I became more aware. So stay tuned, listen to the story, listen to the whole story till the end of the video. All right. So now, that was me. So now that was my childhood. That was me as a kid. That was me when I was just a child. Later on, when I grew much older, when I grew a lot more older, I got older. I came over here and I traveled abroad. Started learning to school, basically. I went to college abroad. I'm no more in Nigeria. I went to college in a city or in a country abroad. I started learning I started learning how people spoke, different cultures of people and everything. It's very diverse. So I started learning more about people, more different people, meeting more different people and everything. And you just learn the way they speak, the way they act, the way they talk, the way they carry themselves. It's different. It's all different. Somebody that's from Africa will carry himself different from somebody that was born in Asia. It's all different. And it's all down to culture. It's all down to the way and even the way they speak will be different. It's all down to culture. It's all down to like all these miniature things. So I'm observing all these things now when I got older and I traveled to college. And then when I'll be with my friends, sometimes we'll hang out, we'll do things. And my friends will we'll talk. Like we had like a whole group of friends, and then there were three of us that were really close. So there'll be three of us that were really close. So all of us, like maybe we're 6, 7, 10. We'll have a conversation. We'll talk. We'll do some kind of hanging out, and then after the event, we all go into our little groups, the ones that are closer to each other. Like three of us, the three of us were close, me and two other guys, and while they're talking, I'll be listening to what they're saying, and they will say, "Oh, did you see that? Did you see what that guy did? Did you see what he did? Did you see that he did this, he did this, he did that?" And the other guy would be like, "Yeah, I saw that shit." And the other guy would be like, "Yeah, I saw that. Did you see it too? You saw it too? I thought it was only me that saw it." And I was like, and me, when they're talking, when they're having this conversation, they will literally be saying, "Did you see that? Did you see that? Yeah, I saw that. I actually thought it was only me that saw it. I didn't know you saw it too." Like, that's wild. They'll be having that conversation right in front of my eyes, and I'll be thinking, "What did you guys see?" I didn't see anything. What are you guys talking about? I didn't see anything. And mostly it's about, maybe they have a friend, they'll be talking about a particular person in the friend group that was acting weird or doing something weird, or just like or it might be a particular thing in the environment that was just weird, something like that. And I'll be like, "I didn't see that. What are they talking about? I never ever saw that." And I would say this. This was when I realized first that I didn't have, like, I wasn't observant. As from high school, I always thought I was observant. This is when I realized I wasn't observant. I knew at this point that, yep, Rere, you're not observant. You're definitely not observant. So please don't bother yourself about this. So that's when I started learning how to be more observant. At this point in time, I actually knew more about myself. I would say that I was very good at, I would say that even now, I'm very, very good at tuning out things because of the things that happened in my childhood where I'll be alone and I'll just be thinking about with myself. And because I'm having so much fun with myself, even when I'm in the midst of people, sometimes I'll still be in myself, in my own head, just having fun and like enjoying myself. That's why whenever I was just walking around the house doing random things, I'll be the one smiling. I'll be the one happy. Sometimes not sometimes everybody will be mad and I'll be the one happy. I'll be the one laughing because I'm just laughing and I'm happy with myself because I have these happy thoughts. That's basically how it was for me. And it's even still like that for me now. It's very difficult for me to get angry. Or if you make me mad, you have to do something very outrageous. And one thing I noticed though, when I do genuinely get mad, it lasts for a long time. But I digress. The point is, because I had such a happy place within myself and within my mind, I was always happy. When everybody was happy, when everybody was sad, when everybody was depressed, when everybody was not feeling good, when the whole mood was just dead, I'll still be excited. Because why wouldn't you be excited? Because my mind was always there, bro. My mind was always there. That's why now in this stage where I'm in a stage in my life where I'm going to start losing people in my I won't lose any of my family, but I'm gonna start losing maybe friends. I'm gonna start losing maybe people that were close to me. Now in this stage of my life, I don't feel any type of way losing them. I don't feel any type of way losing them. Why? Because I'm very happy with myself. In fact, I prefer to be alone. That gives me time to actually do the things I want to do because I've thought about so many things throughout the day when you're all working and you're all walking and doing things. It amazes me that I feel like it was just a few days ago I learned that people don't have self-dialogue. People don't speak with each other. Like they don't have a conversation with themselves. They don't speak to themselves. They don't speak to their mind. Like you don't like some people don't do that. And it amazed me. Reason why? It amazed me. And the reason why is because I've always, I can't remember a time that I never, ever did not have a conversation with myself. I always had a conversation with myself. Even now, when I'm walking on the street, or crossing the road, I'm like, sometimes I'll just be talking to myself or having a conversation with myself. Sometimes it's like, one thing I'm weary about is like getting caught doing that. But if I get caught doing that, it's okay. I'll just talk to myself. But some people don't have that. Some people are just not that aware. They're just so down low over there that they don't even talk to themselves, bro. They just go through life. And in the next video, I'm going to show you the reason why, how to become aware and the benefits of becoming aware. You're going to become just like me. Like, you're going to have fun on your own, by yourself. You don't need drugs to have fun. You don't need people to have fun. You don't need all these things in your life. It's good to have people, friends that you actually genuinely trust and that are true friends, which is what I have too. Like being aware is also gonna help you in that aspect. You're not just gonna make friends with anybody. You're gonna know your true, actual friends. And being aware would just allow you to be so comfortable with yourself that nobody would people wouldn't understand. There are some people that are genuinely not comfortable with being alone. Some people are genuinely not comfortable with being alone. Some people are not. They can't be alone. That's why they always have to be with people, hanging out with people, in this party, in that party, doing this, doing this. Some people can't even have fun just by being with people. They have to do some drugs or do some this, do some of this or do some of that. But no, you don't need all that. Me and you, we don't need all that. All we need is this. And we have fun. All I need is this and I have fun. All we need is this and we have fun. All we need is this and we're gonna be successful in life, because guess what? While you were crossing the road and going through life on your phone, scrolling all day, distracted, not even being conscious of anything around you, I was doing things and thinking of my next steps in life. Since I was a kid, I've been thinking of these things. And if you talk to my family, there's one thing my parents always say. Yeah, this guy about me is that I think deep. I don't know how they know this. Sometimes I'm surprised that they know me so much, to genuinely, because I feel like I don't tell them things. But genuinely, sometimes I'm surprised that they know so much about me. But they said, you think deep. Out of all the children, all the children that they have, out of my three siblings, you think very deep. That's what they told me. And I told them that, and I didn't argue with them because I feel that they're right. I do think deep because I think a lot. I think every time. I'm always thinking. Always, always, always thinking. Always in my mind thinking. And I don't know. Some people might not be able, like, how do I say this? Actually, it's not possible to not think or to stop yourself from thinking, because your brain is programmed to automatically always have thoughts and always think. But the difference is, what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about that game that you're gonna play? Or are you thinking about just scrolling on your phone, or like looking at all the things, all the content that's on your phone, and thinking about, the celebrity's life, that the celebrities that just broke up or whatever? If you're thinking about things that are outward, that don't have anything, no matter, to do with you, then you're not gonna be different from any other person that's walking on the street. But if you're always inward, thinking on how you can improve yourself, thinking on how you can live your life, thinking on how you can do things better. If you talk to people and you want to get a certain reaction out of them, but you do something but you do what you want to do and it gets a different reaction, and that makes you think. Some people are not that aware. And this is how you learn about yourself. This is how you learn about things. People that actually learned things, people that actually wrote, like if you look at all the authors, people that wrote books about people, about philosophies and all these things, it's because they were aware of what they were thinking and genuinely aware of themselves, their surroundings, and other people. And then the environment in general. They were aware of everything. And when it happened, the moment that you want to get this reaction and it doesn't happen, you're like, huh? What's wrong with that? Why did she react? What I did was normal, but why did she react that way? Why did he react that way? That thought probably, I would say probably like majority of you, 98% of you watching this video, that thought never crosses your mind on a daily basis. You will talk to people and they will just react. There'll be some kind of reaction. Maybe they will say something and be like, why did he say that? Why did she react like that? That's not the reaction I wanted from her. You understand what I'm saying? When you reach that kind of awareness, there's no way you're not gonna learn. And when you get a good reaction, when you're like, oh, I didn't expect that, but that's good. What did I do? That's how you learn. What did I do to get that good reaction from him? That's how you learn. That's how everybody learns. That's how you learn people. That's how you learn theories. That's how every author, everybody that has been great, because they're so much aware like that, that's how they've learned things, they've discovered new things, and they've made history, basically. So this that I'm gonna teach you in the next video I'm gonna upload is gonna be gold. So you better stay tuned for that. This is gonna be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Actually, nah, it's my life story. So you must enjoy my life story. My life story is interesting. I still have a little bit of stories I'm gonna tell you guys later on, but my life stories are interesting. So it's definitely one of the best ever that you're gonna hear. So I know you enjoyed my story. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace and have fun.